Let me ask you something from the bottom of my heart. Have you ever looked in the mirror, stared into your own eyes, and felt the weight of disappointment crush your chest, not because of what people say about you, not because of the judgments, the insults, the failures others throw in your face, but because you knew, deep down, that you could have been so much more than what you are right now? There's no pain heavier than the pain of knowing you wasted time. The pain of wasted potential is heavier than heartbreak, heavier than betrayal, heavier than failure, because all those things can be fixed, but wasted time, that's gone, forever, and yet here you are. Breathing, alive, that means it's not over. That means God hasn't given up on you. That means you still have a chance to change everything, and the truth is, you don't need years, you don't need a lifetime. You need 6 months, 6 months of ruthless focus, 6 months of obsession, 6 months where you treat every single day like it's your last chance to fix your life. And I promise you, 6 months from now, you won't recognize yourself. The pain of wasted time is unlike any other pain you will ever feel in life because it lingers in silence. It creeps up on you when you least expect it, and it crushes you with the weight of regret. You can lose money and make it back. You can lose friends and find new ones. You can even lose love and fall in love again, but when you lose time, it is gone forever. It never returns, it never apologizes, it never slows down for you to catch up. That's why people in their older years often talk about regret more than failure. Failure, at least, comes with lessons. Regret is emptiness. It is knowing you could have done more but chose comfort. It is knowing you had 6 months, 6 years, maybe 6 decades, and instead of fighting for your dreams, you let fear, laziness, and distractions consume you. When you waste time, it doesn't hurt immediately. That's why it's dangerous. A bad meal hurts your stomach, a cut hurts your skin, but wasted time, it hides itself. You scroll through social media, you watch endless shows, you procrastinate day after day, and it feels harmless. Until suddenly 6 months are gone and your life looks exactly the same, and that's when the pain hits. The deep ache in your chest that whispers, you should have started back then, you should be further by now. It's the pain of standing still while time kept running forward without you. The cruel truth is that time is the one resource you cannot negotiate with. It doesn't care about your excuses, your emotions, or your circumstances. It just ticks away second by second, day by day, taking with it opportunities you'll never see again. That's why wasting time is the most expensive mistake you can make. It costs you growth. It costs you potential. It costs you the life you could have lived. And the saddest part, it's a cost you pay silently. Nobody sees it, nobody feels it but you, and that's why it destroys you from the inside out. But here's the other side of the pain. It can fuel you. The realization that you've already wasted too much time can ignite a fire so powerful that you refuse to waste another second. The pain of wasted time can either crush you or transform you. It depends on what you do next. You can keep drowning in regret, or you can decide that from this moment on, not a single second will be thrown away. The pain of wasted time should be the alarm clock that wakes you up from the sleep of mediocrity. If you let it, it will sharpen you, discipline you, and force you to seize every moment like it's your last chance. Because in the end, you cannot change the past, but you can take control of the next 6 months. You can turn wasted time into redeemed time. You can turn regret into fuel. And 6 months from now, instead of feeling the pain of wasted time, you will feel the power of invested time. That choice is yours, and the clock is already ticking. Motivation is a spark, but discipline is the fire that never dies. Too many people wait for motivation to strike before they move, before they act, before they push forward. They scroll through videos, read quotes, or listen to music hoping for that rush of energy that makes them feel unstoppable for a few minutes. And yes, motivation feels good, it excites you, it gives you hope, but it doesn't last. The moment life throws a challenge at you, the moment you feel tired, the moment the excitement fades, motivation disappears like smoke, and this is why so many people fail. They rely on a feeling that was never built to last when what they really need is discipline, because discipline does not care how you feel. Discipline is doing what needs to be done even when you don't feel like it. It's waking up at 5 a.m. when your body screams to stay in bed. It's hitting the gym when your mind whispers that you deserve a rest. It's staying focused on your work while distractions try to pull you in every direction. Motivation asks, do I feel like it today? Discipline answers, I do it anyway. That's the difference between the dreamers and the doers. That's the difference between people who talk about change and people who actually transform their lives. The truth is, if you only act when you feel motivated, your results will be inconsistent and weak because feelings are unreliable. Some days you'll feel like a warrior, other days you'll feel like doing nothing. If your actions depend on your mood, then your life will forever be unstable. But when you build discipline, your actions become automatic. You create habits that don't require negotiation. You don't argue with yourself about whether you should go to the gym. You go. You don't debate whether to work on your goals. You work. That's the power of discipline. It removes the choice and makes it a standard. Most people think discipline is restrictive, but in reality, discipline is freedom. It frees you from the control of your emotions. It frees you from procrastination. It frees you from regret. When you're disciplined, you don't waste energy on deciding what to do. You just do it. And every time you choose discipline over motivation, you strengthen your willpower like a muscle. Over time, that discipline compounds and the results begin to speak louder than any motivational speech ever could. Imagine 6 months of pure discipline, not relying on motivation, not chasing a temporary high, but simply executing every single day with consistency. Your body would change, your finances would change, your mindset would change, your entire life would look different. Discipline guarantees results because discipline keeps showing up long after motivation has left. Motivation might start the journey, but discipline finishes it. And in a world full of people waiting to feel ready, the one who chooses discipline is already winning. 6 months of motivation will come and go, but 6 months of discipline will build a new you forever. 6 months of ruthless focus can turn an average person into someone unrecognizable. The problem is, most people never give themselves the gift of total commitment. They live distracted, chasing 100 things at once, giving half effort here and there, and then wondering why their life doesn't change. Focus is rare because it requires sacrifice. It demands that you stop scattering your energy and instead direct it like a laser onto the things that matter most. 6 months of that kind of focus is powerful enough to rewrite your story completely. Ruthless focus means cutting out every distraction that does not serve your mission. It means saying no to wasted nights, meaningless conversations, and empty habits that drain you. It means guarding your attention like it's your most valuable resource, because it is. The person who can stay focused in a world of noise is the one who rises above the crowd. Imagine what would happen if for 6 months you silenced the noise, turned off the excuses, and poured every ounce of your time, energy, and attention into building yourself, your body, your money, your mindset. You would become unstoppable. The truth is, 6 months is not a long time. Half a year passes in the blink of an eye. Most people waste that much time scrolling, partying, or complaining about their lives. But 6 months of focus feels like a lifetime compared to 6 months of distraction. If you commit fully, you will achieve more in those months than most people achieve in years, because focus multiplies effort. Every day compounds on the last, and soon the results become undeniable. But this level of focus requires a ruthless attitude. Ruthless means you cut off anything that slows you down, no matter how small. It means you treat every day like it matters, because it does. It means you don't negotiate with yourself when it comes to your goals. You do the work regardless of how you feel. Focus is not a mood, it's a standard. When you become ruthless about it, you stop tolerating excuses, you stop entertaining distractions, and you stop wasting time on people who aren't aligned with your vision. Picture yourself 6 months from now after living this way. People won't even recognize you. They'll wonder how you achieved so much so quickly, but they'll never see the sacrifices you made in silence. They won't see the nights you chose discipline over comfort, the mornings you chose purpose over sleep, the days you chose progress over distraction. 6 months of ruthless focus will build a new you, not because it's easy, but because it's rare. Most will never try it. But if you do, if you give yourself this one season of unshakable focus, you will separate yourself from the crowd forever. 6 months of distraction wastes your potential, but 6 months of ruthless focus can change your destiny. Transformation is not magic, it is not luck, and it is not something that happens to you by accident. Transformation is built through a blueprint, a clear set of actions that you commit to without compromise. Too many people think change is mysterious, as if one day they will wake up and suddenly be different, suddenly be successful, suddenly have the life they dream of. But transformation is not sudden, it is structured, it is a process, and like any process, it has steps. 6 months of following a proven blueprint with consistency can reshape your entire reality, but you must first understand what that blueprint requires. The first piece of the blueprint is awareness. You cannot change what you refuse to acknowledge. You must look at your life with honesty and admit where you are failing. That honesty hurts, but it is the foundation of change. The second piece is clarity. You need to define who you want to become, not in vague terms, but with precision. What do you want your body to look like? How much money do you want to earn? What kind of mindset do you want to carry? Clarity gives direction, and without direction, effort is wasted. The next part of the blueprint is structure. Transformation thrives on routine. If you leave your life to chance, distractions will always win. Structure means setting a daily plan and living by it. When to wake up, when to train, when to work, when to learn. It all gets written down and executed. Alongside structure comes discipline, the force that keeps you moving even when you don't feel like it. Without discipline, the blueprint stays on paper. With discipline, it becomes reality. Another critical element is accountability. You need to measure progress, track your results, and hold yourself to a standard higher than comfort. Write down your workouts, your habits, your earnings, your wins. Numbers don't lie. If you don't measure, you can't improve. The blueprint demands proof of effort, not just good intentions. And finally, the blueprint requires sacrifice. Transformation is not free. It will cost you comfort, it will cost you laziness, it will cost you friendships and habits that no longer serve you. Every step forward requires leaving something behind, and that is the price most people are unwilling to pay. But here is the truth. 6 months is enough. 6 months of following the blueprint with ruthless consistency will shock you with results. 6 months of awareness, clarity, structure, discipline, accountability, and sacrifice will take you from average to exceptional. The person you dream of becoming is not far away. They are built one disciplined day at a time. The blueprint does not lie. It rewards the ones who follow it and exposes the ones who quit. And if you stay the course, 6 months from now, you will not just be improved, you will be transformed. The new you is not a dream, it is not a fantasy, it is not some version of yourself locked away in a far-off future. It is waiting right here, right now, on the other side of your excuses. Every day you continue living as the same version of yourself. The new you watches silently, waiting for you to make the decision to step forward. You have to understand this truth. The new you is not built by chance, it is built by choice. And that choice is sitting in your hands every single morning when you wake up. The life you desire, the strength you crave, the confidence you hunger for, it is already possible. It is waiting for you to claim it, but it demands proof. The new you is waiting for the moment you decide to stop betraying yourself. Every time you break your promises, every time you choose comfort over discipline, every time you give in to weakness, you push the new you further away. But the moment you take control, the moment you say enough is enough, the new you begins to emerge. It is not about perfection, it is about consistency. The new you doesn't care about how many times you failed before, it only cares that this time you don't quit. The truth is, 6 months of commitment is all it takes to meet the version of yourself you've always wanted to be. Imagine waking up with energy because you trained and treated your body with respect. Imagine the pride in your chest when you look in the mirror and see the results of discipline staring back at you. Imagine the strength in your voice when you speak because you no longer doubt yourself. That person exists. They are not a stranger. They are you. Unlocked through action, forged through struggle, revealed through sacrifice. But the new you will not wait forever. Time is not patient. Every day you hesitate, the old you grows stronger, the chains of comfort grow tighter, and the dream version of yourself begins to fade. That is why urgency matters. You cannot keep delaying, telling yourself tomorrow or next week. The new you is waiting, but it requires that you move now. Today, this very moment, and when you finally meet the new you, you will understand that the struggle was worth it. Every early morning, every painful workout, every moment of self-doubt, every temptation you resisted, it all leads to a moment when you realize you are no longer the same. The new you will not just change your body or your bank account. It will change how you carry yourself, how the world sees you, and most importantly, how you see yourself. The new you is waiting on the other side of 6 months of discipline and focus. The only question left is, will you meet them, or will you let them slip away again? And now we come to the truth that cannot be ignored. 6 months will pass whether you use them or waste them. The days will move forward, the clock will keep ticking, and before you know it, you'll wake up half a year older. The only question is, will you wake up half a year better? This is not about luck. This is not about waiting for the perfect moment. This is about a decision to draw a line in the sand and refuse to remain the same, because the old you has had enough chances. The lazy, distracted, insecure, uncommitted version of you has wasted too much time already. It is time to bury that version forever and bring forth the version that has been waiting in silence. 6 months of ruthless focus. 6 months of discipline over motivation. 6 months of choosing growth over excuses, action over hesitation, sacrifice over comfort. That's all it takes to build a life you can be proud of. Not a dream, not a fantasy, a reality. A reality where you walk into every room with confidence, where your body reflects strength, where your mindset radiates certainty, and where your life is undeniable proof of what happens when a person finally decides to commit. So I leave you with this: the new you is waiting, the stronger, sharper, more disciplined you, the version of yourself that is unstoppable, undeniable, unshakable. The clock has already started. 6 months from today, you will either stand in pride or sink in regret. The choice is in your hands. Do not waste it. Step forward, fight for it, and claim the life that is waiting for you. 6 months to a new you. It begins now.